Hello there. So today we're going to be talking about testimonials. And I know this is probably something that we don't consider as important as other parts, and we just kind of leave it until the last moment. But actually, testimonials are great. And as you know me, I'm a big fan of loyalty marketing. And actually, testimonials do a great deal of help when it comes to actually creating loyal customers because they get to hear from experience from someone who was your client, your retreater, how it went and what transformation it created for them. So, there's a couple of topics that I want to cover when it comes to testimonials. The first one is going to be about how to choose if you have a written testimonial or a video testimonial. Ideally, these days, you're getting video testimonials for your programs because these you can transform actually into written testimonials and you can put them on your website if you don't want to put it to be super video heavy, but you are getting both. The reality this time in the world is that artificial intelligence is huge. So you can actually create a persona with fake images. They put one person together, they create a name, and they write a fake testimonial for you. And a lot of people are doing this, but you cannot really cheat yet on video testimonials. They're still the person. So this also gives you a little bit more validation and reliability when people that don't know you in detail, they want to know if what you are offering is real, right? So I always suggest that if you can get video testimonials, it's the best way to do it. Now, it's something that you need to ask sometimes in advance to make sure that people are doing their work properly and they get to actually experience what you're doing and how you're doing it, right? So asking in advance, sometimes if you're having a beta test program or if it's the first time you launch something, is a perfect time for ask people to in exchange for the discount that you're offering for them to give you video testimonials. It's so important that they're real because people can really tell if they're fake. Now that you know between video and written testimonials, I'm going to go into the part of how do we do this and how do we make it happen in the different ways. So I've seen in retreats actually people asking them to run video testimonials right there on the spot. They grab people and they're like, okay, they're hyper now, they're super happy. And then they just tell them, hey, can you record a video testimonial for me? That can be great, but you need to really feel the energy of the group and see if that's something that is appropriate at that time. If not, if you already ask in advance, maybe when it's checkout, then you can ask for these video testimonials, or you can ask them to just actually book some time with you later on and record the video testimonial on a Zoom meeting, for example. It is also crucial to not let it pass so much time because then the energy and the transformation and the feelings inside of our body are not the same. So ideally, you get a video testimonial sooner rather than later. Then the next thing that I want to talk about testimonials is how do you get actually a testimonial that works? And it actually talks about something that is really reliable and it helps. My coach, Christy, actually told me the other day that it's great when you have a testimonial. And on her first retreat, she was actually running testimonials, but people made it more of a sales pitch because they were so excited about the transformation that she created in their life that they wanted everyone to buy from her. And as beautiful as that is, it doesn't really serve as a testimonial because that becomes a sales pitch. And there is a very, very fine line between sales pitch and testimonial. But the most important thing that you need to get is a transformation. When I was working for Marriott, I used to run a lot of testimonials after our VIP events because we wanted to get this information and small videos on how people were feeling and how were people actually experiencing everything that happened throughout the night. So first of all, I chose to leave it until the end. So if it was a dinner, I would probably start the testimonials during dessert. It has to be in a time where they're not ready to leave and they're desperate because they want to get out. So don't get them on the door. But at the same time, don't get them at the beginning where they really haven't experienced anything that has happened. When we had the private concert with Craig David, we ran some testimonials with the people who had the VIP access to actually go and meet and greet him. And those were beautiful testimonials. But we also had some testimonials of people after the concert when they were all hyped up and excited for the things that happened. So after running, I don't know even how many testimonials and actually always getting very, very good results. I can tell you the best way is to really connect with their hearts and their experience and take them through a journey. And maybe you might even have to edit the testimonial later on to remove what you are, but there are certain tips so you get a very, very good testimonial. So first of all, you come and you introduce yourself if they don't know you yet. In this case, ideally, they know you already. But you come and introduce yourself. And for example, I would go and I would say, "Hi, I'm Lainey from the Marriott Bonvoy team. And I would love to interview you and see how the experience of tonight went. We're so passionate about this loyalty program and we want to make sure that everyone is using it. In this case, also, it was only for internal use. So I would tell them that their video and everything would not be shared outside of the Marriott Corporation. If this is the case for you, this is also very important to say. Then I would ask them to sign the release waiver of photography to make sure that I had all the rights to use it within the spectrums that I needed, that in this case were internal. So once they said yes, and they were there in front of the camera, I would ask them to just get themselves comfortable in front of the camera. And we had a proper camera for testimonials, right? So it's a little bit more intimidating if you're in a Zoom meeting. The next thing that I would ask them is to actually, I would ask them a question and I would ask them to start the question with the answer of a full sentence. So for example, if I said, I would like you to tell me how you felt when Craig David came out on stage. I would say, can you please answer, when Craig David went on stage, I felt XYZ. So what is this? So when I cropped myself, the sentence makes sense, right? If they only started, I felt great. Great about what? Of whom? At which point, right? So it's very important to prompt them into actually starting the sentence with what you ask for. So basically, they give you a full answer. We're so now used to answering very short, yes, no, and just without really rephrasing everything that it's been told to us, that we tend to forget. So it's important to tell them, and this will really help you. I cannot tell you the amount of help that this provided to me when I was recording testimonials. Then the next part is to make sure that you prepare a set of questions of what you want to get out of them. So if you want to talk about the transformation or something very specific, your question needs to be on that. And because testimonials are more about emotions, you need to think about how you felt, what changed, how do you see the transformation in that sense, right? It's more about the experience. So it's more about emotion. I had once someone in a testimonial in Egypt who said, Marriott is the king of all the loyalty programs. You know, my bosses were ecstatic to get a testimonial like this. And I'm not even giving it justice. He was a big guy, big hands. He was moving his whole body. Like, it was absolutely beautiful. But I prompted him to get there. I didn't tell him what to say, but I did help him tell me what I wanted to hear. Do you see the difference there? So it's very, very important when we are getting testimonials that we already go with a plan of what information we want to get out of there. And don't think about it in a way of like, oh, it's an interview where I'm going to ask them, did you like the location? Was the room good? Did you like the food? These questions are great for a form, a survey that you can send after the retreat to figure out what went right and what didn't. But really is about the purpose of the retreat. Did they achieve what they came for? And how did they do it? And even better, if you can get them to say how you were the piece of the puzzle that was missing for them to create this transformation. So this is all about testimonials. I think it's so important for you to actually help them give you the answers that you need. And as I said, it can be live right there on the spot, like I used to do it, or it can be on an afterwards meeting. You can really see what works best for you. And now video testimonials are very common, so people don't feel so shy to actually share a video testimonial with you. If the transformation that you created for them was absolutely amazing, I can swear they're going to want to tell the world, because this is a way for them to give you something back for what you gave them. So it's a beautiful, beautiful exchange. And don't feel shy to ask for a testimonial. You already have the no. Anyway, I hope this helped when it comes to talking about video testimonials and how you can take it to the next level and how you can create testimonials in different ways. Thank you.